and thanks you all for being here. It's a privilege and I'm grateful to be in a room of people that care. That makes it much easier. And the way we're going to win this is by getting to know each other better in this room. If you don't know each other, if you see a new face, reach out, because together we can take back the seat, and I'm very confident about that. Are you sure you guys don't want to get out of the race yet? We can make this fresh. Okay, never mind. I want you to know about my family a little bit, and about me, because it's the most important thing in my life. I was born in Oshkosh, 1956. If you know your math, that means I am 56. But my parents, Tom and Helen Murray. Tom Murray was a retired school teacher and very active in the 12-step community in Janesville. My mom retired from the Janesville Athletic Club. She was a teacher as well. And she was real instrumental early in her career as a Phi Ed teacher, as promoting women's Phi Ed and athletics. My son Andy is back here. He's my campaign manager. It's good to see him there. I also have been married 36 years to my wife Dawn Kais. Her mom and dad, Bob and Carol Kais, he retired from General Motors after a long career at Beaver Shoe Store. Those of you who've been around a while remember Beaver Shoes downtown. And Dawn's mother was a CNA around town. My wife took the buyout from General Motors. She worked there 12 years. She was a good union member, worked very hard. And before that, she was a waitress. And before that, she was a stay-at-home mom until our kids were old enough to go to school. I am a veteran of the United States Air Force. But I have to be honest with you, I joined the service to see the world, and I spent 4 years in Illinois. I was a crash fire rescue specialist at Scott Air Force Base by St. Louis, so I was never more than 5 or 6 hours from home, but a wonderful experience. After that, I got hired in Janesville, my hometown, as a firefighter, and I had a 30-year career as a Janesville firefighter and paramedic. And that, thank you. But I've been involved in a lot of community activities. Most currently, even this morning, I had the Alzheimer's group come to my house. We're preparing for a walk in September. I'm a local Red Cross volunteer. I'm currently a volunteer with Grace Hospice Care. I was the 2010 co-chair of United Way with my son, Andy. And I'm very active in my church, St. John Vianney, here in town. So I have much to be grateful for, much to be proud of in my 50-year history living in this community. This is my community, and I can't say how grateful I am to have this opportunity. This opportunity comes because of a particular event early in my life. In about 1980, I just got hired onto the Janesville Fire Department, and within 8 months I was going to get laid off. And it wasn't a very happy event. We went over to the bulletin board and we could count from the bottom up, and that was going to be me. But I tell you what, every firefighter, a public servant, we stormed City Hall, young and old, to save my job by 1 vote. And Al Bennett was there. Saved my job by 1 vote. So I'm here to tell you, you heard it before, 1 vote does matter. From then on, I've been all in with politics with the firefighters and firefighter union. So what are we going to do now? I was asked in February by 2 gentlemen in this community, about 2 months before my re-election bid for the school board. And this was right after the fact, when I was very vocal and stood strong with the Janesville teachers. I was out front professing that we need to settle this 4-year contract, and I swear I was the only one that voted for it, even though it was past 5 to 4. But, I was the union thug, and I said, to these 2 guys, thanks for asking me to consider running for assembly, but maybe I should wait and see if I get re-elected to the school board first, because I felt some sort of uneasiness about my position standing so strongly for the teachers. And the election came around, and geez, I was top vote getter again. So that kind of sealed the deal, and here I am. And Chuck talked about how are we going to win. And this is what our campaign is about. It's pretty simple. We need to look again and rediscover what the strengths are in the 44th district, which is primarily the city of Janesville. I'm going to give you one example. It's the school system. Consider our sister schools, sister cities like La Crosse, Appleton, and Eau Claire. What are their strengths? It's the school system. From K through 12, Blackhawk Tech, and we have a UW system in the district. These are our strengths. We need to take a positive look. What are our strengths here in Janesville? Capitalize on those and take the collective wisdom of all the people in our district, whether you own your own business, whether you're a laborer, all in between, take that collective wisdom and go to Madison and develop policy and compete for the funds that we need here in Janesville. We need to take a positive approach to this. How can we affect change that way? There are a couple issues that are on my table that I would start to introduce as bills right away. I'll just give you a couple of them. One of them is collective bargaining. As a firefighter, I spent years negotiating contracts for firefighters. In the last few years, I helped negotiate contracts for the school district as well. It broke my heart to see that process that works in Wisconsin, that is fair for labor, just go away like that completely. So in other words, I'm going to put that on the table in Madison. If it's not on the table, we can't talk about it. I want somebody to say it's not a good idea, because it is a good idea. And we need somebody out there with experience like I have that knows what mandatory subjects of bargaining is, permissive subjects of bargaining, binding arbitration, quid pro quo, knows how to reinvent and reestablish collective bargaining. Just one other item I want to share with you that I think is important that doesn't get a lot of press anymore is the defunding of Focus on Energy program. The Focus on Energy program does three things. It protects the environment, it reduces costs for energy, and creates jobs. The current administration undercut that. The thing is, for every dollar that is spent on Focus on Energy, we capture $2. That's something else I want to start to reestablish and get the funding back. As I'm Irish, I could go on, but I tell you, I have so much to be grateful for, and I'm so proud of this opportunity, and I'm thanking you for your support. And more importantly, I want to ask for your vote. So thanks very much.